Before we get into, it's Barbershop Confidential, the podcast. Your boy Jonah, the host, and then I got my co-host over here, Jen. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
The mic works. There you go. Speaking.
Yes, I know. I'm just a little nervous,
Bro, he's a celebrity. I know. Or maybe I'll separate you.
Yeah, you looking for me, you can find me at the spot. Chopping it up with Jonah, we talking about what's hot on the block. Up in Dago, man, we bumping. Keeping it confidential, you know this how we coming, we in front. Looking for that real, better tune in and stick by. Put on for the city every time that I dip by. Get into that gritty every time that we sit.
Got my boy Wayne in the house, Dub Fuego.
E.
How you been, man?
Blessed, bro.
Blessed? Haven't seen you in years.
I know.
It's been a hot minute, man.
Very long.
I forgot that we went to high school, middle school too,
I feel like we went to middle school together too. Yeah, we went to middle school too.
Exactly.
A lot of growing up there.
Yeah, right. Played football and everything.
Yeah.
I tell people that I don't know if you remember, but I was short in high school.
Yes, you were.
Yeah,
really?
I was one of the short guys too.
What?
Yeah, I was one of the short guys too.
Wow. We didn't get our growth spurt till after.
I think I was like 25 when I grew like 3 or 4 more inches, and it was like, oh, out of nowhere, everybody was like, damn, what?
Same shit with me.
Taller than me.
Yeah, that shit happened to me too. When I think around 19, 20 is when I had my growth spurt.
Nice.
People would see me from high school like, Little John?
Was that your nickname, Little John?
Nah, I guess some people would call me that.
Okay.
I was definitely the smallest one on the football team.
Right.
The shortest one for my position in line.
Yeah, on the line.
I was getting bullied.
Yeah,
and then after I grew up, I was like, man, I wish I can go back. I'll smash these motherfuckers. Mess with somebody your own size.
Yeah, man.
So
it's a trip.
So tell me, man, about the music thing you've been doing. You've been doing it for how many now?
Yeah, man. It's true. Just about since we left that damn place, man.
No shit.
Yeah, man. I tried to stay on top of it. In school, I was like in orchestra and shit like that. And I kind of stayed just being a musician and learning and doing all that stuff. And when I came out of that, I wanted to go into Grossmont. And I played in like the jazz ensemble at Grossmont. And I wound up... For a long time, my parents are religious, but they're Christians. They wouldn't let me sing at school.
Really?
Yeah, because they didn't want me to sing secular music.
Oh.
But, lo and behold, here I am.
Right. Full dreads and everything.
Sorry, guys.
What do they say about it now?
I mean, they're cool with it.
They're supportive,
they can't
say,
they can't say nothing about it.
He's a grown-ass man now.
Come on,
shit. When I growing up, we had this one family that lived in our complex, super hardcore Christians, like what church every like Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, like deep. They were serious about it, and they wouldn't even like us being around their daughters because we were like representing the devil. Like if we try to like introduce them to like some music, he'd be like, "Get that devil music away from my kids," and it was like deep. It was like serious. Yeah. And then the years go by, right? They move out, we move out, whatever. I'm in TJ at Coco Bungo, and I bump into some girl, and she's like, "John?" And I look at her, I was like, "Shut the fuck up." It was one of the daughters, a girl named Tanya. Shout out to Tanya. And I was like, "What are you doing? Your dad's gonna kill you." She's like, "Man, he don't give a fuck. He smokes weed. He stopped going to church."
Oh shit.
I was like, yo, what? And she was like, "Yeah, he don't give." She's like, "You should come by." Like, and they ended up living around the corner from me. So I went to go see him. He was just blazing up. He's like, "Oh, how you been, man? It's been a while." And I was like, just staring at him like,
"For real,
hold up, bro."
Like, for real?
Yeah, like you really hated me growing up. Like all of a sudden, super relaxed, chill. Mom's was like dressed like a little hoochie. I was like, what's going on here? Like, bro. I entered like a new dimension or something.
Right, Twilight Zone and shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes it be those super zealous fools who be the ones who really like they trying to get away from that because they want to show they need to present something else. But man, it's best to just be yourself. Yeah. That was one thing I do appreciate my parents for. They never made me. They made me go to church, but they never made me be like all about that, except for the music part, because they know I'm a musician. They know I was a singer. I used to get in trouble for listening to Jazz 88.3.
Oh, damn.
To go to sleep.
Jazz too?
But they loved jazz though. That's the thing.
Oh, that's weird.
And the problem is, they was trying to make sure
I got you.
You know what I mean?
Follow the right steps.
You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. My dad had Al Jarreau records and stuff like that. I remember the first time I went to the house he grew up in Virginia. I went down to his room. He shared a room in the basement with like his two brothers that are around his age. Man, I found trash bags full of 45s and 30 and 33s. I mean, but they weren't like throwing them out. They were just like stored there. Trash bags full of records and singles. I mean, everything. You name it, dog.
They just didn't want it like in like reachable areas.
You know what? I think a lot of this stuff has to do with the person who's leading the church. That's how I think, because it kind of puts like a border or a guideline to
makes
everybody.
them feel guilty for wanting to enjoy like the simple things.
Man, come on, man. Now, if now I'll sing like, you know, I'll sing something or like be humming something, my dad be like, oh, okay, and he'll sing it with me. You know what I mean? So it's funny when you're growing up. You know, I feel like parents, they want to make sure that they stay. At least my parents were like really trying to be on top of us when we were young. But at some point, it's like, look, we gonna do what we're gonna do. Yeah, we're grown. As long as I ain't out here doing the most,
doing devil's work.
I mean, sometimes his work ain't that. Sometimes his work, you know what I mean. Sometimes, you know.
Sometimes you gotta indulge in some of that shit. Shit, growing up, I had a different like. My parents are immigrants, you know, from Mexico, and so they didn't really understand too much of like American culture. So they didn't know what was good or what was bad, except if it was like obvious, like sex scenes, like cover our eyes type shit. Yeah. But we grew up like our family show was Married with Children. Oh, okay. And if anybody's seen Married with Children, it's not politically
not a kid
correct at all.
We couldn't watch that show.
That was like our. Like,
I wasn't allowed to watch that either.
Sunday evening, you know what I mean? Sit down like, hey, our show's on. Like,
that's funny,
and it'd be hilarious, right? But like, none of my friends were watching that. Yeah. So I thought it was like strange. I was like, what do you mean you don't that's a funny show? Like my parents are like, oh man, my parents would never let me watch that. And then it's not till you get older you realize like, yeah, sure, I probably shouldn't have been watching that as a kid. But they didn't know. They didn't understand American culture like that. So.
My mom was super strict with us. She didn't even let me watch The Simpsons because she didn't want me to get ideas from Bart. Because he talked back to his parents. I was like, I think in middle school, maybe like high school when I started watching The Simpsons.
Oh damn! But I was watching Simpsons as a kid.
But I was watching like Mujer Casos de la Vida Real and stuff like that.
All the novelas and shit.
That's funny. That's what I was gonna say. Like I couldn't watch Simpsons. I couldn't watch Married with Children. But I was watching Living Single and Martin, which is like grown up shit, right?
That my mom was okay with.
Bruh, I recently watched some of them episodes and I was like, yo. I watched this shit when I was little, dog.
Bro, even cartoons like Pepe Le Pew.
Oh, Pepe was
him raping and like Tom and Jerry killing each other all the time. Like, these shows would never make it today. No. Today, that's why every time I see like council culture or whatever, it makes me feel older. Right. Damn, man, that was kid shit. Like, we were watching that shit as kids. But, you know, the times change.
Times change, man. Got to stay relevant.
So what are you doing now with the music? I know you was into hip hop. No, you were doing reggae for a little bit, right?
Right, man. You know, shit. I really been doing anything I could get my hands on because I can. So like, yeah, man. I do everything, man.
It's like you love music.
I love it.
Like it doesn't matter the genre.
It really doesn't. I even just got hit up by this because I run a cover band. Literally, just got hit up by this band that does country.
No shit.
To come sing for them like out of town. So I'm like, well, I mean, if the money's right, exactly. I don't care.
But do you have to do like the whole like
twang?
Is that what it's called? Like the tone accent? Or whatever. I mean, Tennessee whiskey. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, low-key, I fuck with that song though.
That's actually a smash right there. I like that track too. Look, I mean, this is how I look at doing other people's music. If I can do it as close to them. Okay. Then I'm doing it right.
Of course, they're not gonna expect you to sound like identical. In that case,
Garth Brooks. No,
you're gonna have to pay that Garth Brooks money.
But you can try.
Yeah, I get close, and then I'm gonna hit them with some like a real R&B type of like verse in that country thing. You know what I mean? So they know like, yo, this is really what I'm about. But I can do that too.
Yeah, because I remember you was doing the reggae, and then I was just following your page that you have like a. You guys even do Latin music.
Yeah, man. So in that cover band, I do everything, man. From Mark Anthony to Charlie Wilson, you know, Gap Band shit to Maroon 5, all kinds of stuff,
kinds
bro.
of shit.
Literally, Harry Styles, all kinds of stuff, like modern stuff to the disco to.
You guys like plan it? Like you are tonight we're doing this kind of music?
Yeah,
or is it like off requests?
I mean, we do. We'll catch requests, you know what I mean, and we'll rock with requests. But yeah, I mean, I write the set list, you know, usually the beginning of the week. Like we had a show on Tuesday at Paula Casino. Then tomorrow night we're playing at Coyote Bar and Grill in Carlsbad.
Oh, okay.
So like I wrote the set list. Everything.
What is it called? Theaters and shit.
Yeah. Private gigs, people's backyards. We do like during Christmas we did a private gig for like a nursing group. They do like home nursing. And that's like our second year doing it with them. At Pachanga, they rent out one of the banquet spaces in Pachanga, and we rock for them, man. So yeah, we do everything. Literally anything, we do it. It doesn't matter. Classic rock. I mean,
no shit.
Everything.
Do you like weddings too?
Some Creed and shit.
Weddings.
Yeah, weddings. We actually had a wedding we were booked for, and they had to cancel it because she got pregnant.
She canceled. She got pregnant.
Yeah, so she was like, "Oh, it's a lot to plan a wedding." While
okay, I got you.
Like, yeah, for sure.
I thought she would have sped it up. You know, like before I start showing.
Right? Can we do it earlier? No, I think she was like, "Yeah, we're gonna put it off till the end of the year." I was like, whatever, man.
I mean, I would want to drink at my wedding, so
you're an alcoholic. You're an alcoholic.
I am. My name is Genesis, and I'm an alcoholic.
She has this 12-step program right now. So
right.
We're not going to judge her for it, though.
Right,
you know?
Thank you.
We've all had our demons, and
that's right.
As long as she understands it, you know, she can get past this. We can do it together.
Yeah, man. We're here for you.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Poor Genesis. So what's up, man? Like, I've always wondered, like, cause you guys be up there, like, this is gonna sound weird, but like, do y'all get like groupies and like people that follow y'all? And
yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. And you know, especially because it's, you know, the venues we play and the music we play. A lot of the times it's like older people,
crowd. Yeah.
So they're more like, oh, you guys are fire. Like, we're gonna go to where you're at because we enjoy what you guys do. Sometimes there's young people that are there too, and you know, they'll be like, oh, what's your Instagram? And we'll chop. You know what I mean? You know, it's different. It's just different. It's on a different vibe. Like when I do my original music, it's a different vibe from like the cover band stuff. So the cover band stuff's real friendly, real moderate. You know what I mean? People literally just want to go hear their favorite songs.
Yeah.
You know, they want to hear their favorite song. They want to hear it done right. And so we have great sound. We have a little production. We have smoke and lights and all kinds of stuff. So we get down, bro. It's fun.
I was listening to a podcast and they brought up an interesting point about cover bands. Do you guys have to pay royalties because you're making money off of the music that other bands and all that shit? So is it like a rule that no, you don't have to?
No, cover bands don't because it's performance, right? So
as long as you don't put it on disc.
As long as you don't put it, as long as you don't release it. When you release it to stream or like you're streaming it, then they catch a part of it.
Oh, okay.
So it can be tracked by ASCAP or BMI, however they're registered.
Oh,
which
right.
Most big artists are registered both ways. Yeah. But yeah, they can't. It's not something. It's a performance. So you're getting paid for your performance. So it's not like you don't pay any royalties to them.
I got you.
If we were to monetize our performance through like a streaming or video, if we were using, like, let's say our YouTube blew up and we have nothing but covers, then you wind up catching some kind of way. They're catching a piece of it before you even get it.
Oh no shit! Oh, wow. So you don't even see what they
you don't
take.
Have to. Yeah, you don't have to. There's a percentage already that they're gonna get.
Because I put up videos and I've used like snippets of songs and immediately it flags it like, yo, can't you know, video's been taken down or whatever, and it's like, fuck, man, I got it. It's like 20 seconds.
And that's the funny thing about YouTube. I don't know the like fine lines of YouTube like that, because I don't even put my music on YouTube like that.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's like YouTube's really strict about that stuff. So
real strict.
Yeah, it's a trip.
I had a hip hop artist come on. He's local. Shout out to Ray Riley, and he has a song called Barbershop. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, yo, man, can you give me like a remix to that? He's like, yeah, for sure. So he made me a song, but he used the same beat. Like he threw like different lyrics in it. So I was like, yo, like if I paid for the song, that should be my song, right?
Right.
And so when I put it up on YouTube, it got taken down because it's already like the beat was already recognized. So I'm like, fuck, I can't even use the song that I paid for.
It's a trip. Yeah, YouTube's like super strict about that stuff. So I don't even play with YouTube like that.
Just leave it alone and shit.
Do you have your music on a streaming service?
Yes.
But it's original music.
Yeah, it's original. Spotify. It's on Apple Music. It's on all the major streaming services. I go through DistroKid, and they just put it out for me.
Oh, they do it for you and shit.
Yeah.
That's straight.
Right.
Now, because I was gonna ask, you know, like for I feel like every profession or has had that opportunity to take advantage of their position or whatever. Like every salesman has taken down a customer,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like a female customer or a male customer. Everybody, I think every therapist is taking down one of their crazy clients because you know they might have a kink or whatever,
right?
But they lose their license for that
if they snitch. You know, people get fired.
It's
too.
Crazy, right?
That's like one of the number one reasons that they lose their license.
Really?
Yeah.
So damn, I was making that up because she kind of works in that field. And it's true.
But I work with teenagers.
Yeah.
But you as a musician, like,
yeah, man. I mean, you know what? It's
tall, dark, and handsome up on stage with the water glisten, the sweat glistening. You know these hoes get wild for it.
You know what? It's funny, man, because even when it's funny because like it's like a performative interest. Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As you're performing, you're hot. You know, when your talent is showing, you're hot.
Yeah.
After that, it's just like, oh yeah,
just a regular dude.
So you get like the older ladies.
Older ladies,
like
though.
The senior citizens from Pachanga.
Yeah. Older ladies, if you gave them your bank account, they probably would throw some chips in there.
At that point, I gotta be like, babe, I'm doing this for us. Like I'm looking out for us. You want that Louis purse? I have to do what I gotta do, babe.
Though, nah, man, it's a weird balance. It's a weird balance. You know what I mean? I feel like there's go ahead. My bad. I feel like there's like hella females who would like follow an artist, but if that artist was really like, yo, come to the back, it'd be like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Like it kind of like
oh, no,
it ruins the fantasy of it. Like it became too real. Never mind and shit. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But there's a lot of girls I've seen when I was promoting downtown. I remember we had Bobby Valentino, and you know he's like 5'1".
Yeah, he's itty bitty,
small,
itty bitty.
Like he was standing on a platform, and his whole body was in the picture, and only my torso was like in the picture, and I was standing next to him. Like he is small.
He's itty bitty.
But anyways, we were escorting him out of the club to get him into his limo or whatever, and this girl like jumped the rope, grabbed him by the hand. He looked at her for 1 second and said, "Yep," and took her with him.
Oh shit!
I was like, "Damn, all right."
I mean, that was Bobby Valentino we talking about.
Yeah, no. He out here dropping the panty droppers and shit. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure at that level, because you know what? It's funny you say that. I saw, what's that dude from San Diego? My bad, Nick Cannon.
Oh, Nick Cannon.
I saw
Nick Cannon.
I mean,
I don't fuck with Nick Cannon. I'm sorry.
Not mad at you.
I don't feel like he represents our city.
You know, he never really did. Here. He blew up and then he waited till like in the last couple of years to be like, oh yeah, San Diego.
Yeah, like in a couple of years, now he got Southeast tatted on him. Bro, I can't fuck with you.
So one time I saw him at what was the name of that club? That club across from Onyx Room right now, downtown. It used to be super big, Blue Tattoo.
Oh yeah, okay.
One time,
before my time.
She looks old, but she's not old.
Oh damn!
It's the makeup. He made me put makeup on today. He didn't want me to embarrass the pod.
I saw this man walk into Blue Tattoo, him by himself in a puffy jacket, a do-rag on. He looked like that scraggly fool who was standing outside asking for change.
The ones that we don't let in the club. Like, nah, man.
He looked horrible. He looked horrible. Came with these two big old bodyguards. He literally made a lap, was pointing at people, walked out. The security guards made one more lap after him. Then the girls walked out. And that was it.
Oh, shit.
All those are his baby mamas. I can't fuck with Nick Cannon. I'm sorry.
He was in and out, bro. He literally came there to pick up and dip out.
I just feel like there's so many artists here that could put San Diego on the map, and as soon as they get a little taste of like fame, they switch and move to LA or like stop being home and shit. And it's like, damn, man, like how is San Diego supposed to get on the map if y'all all abandoning San Diego once you?
I feel like that's like management moves too. Like they get linked up with like these record labels or certain managers, and they're like, oh well, you're not gonna be able to do nothing here. Like you gotta move. A lot of people is like, oh, I gotta go to LA to make it happen. I gotta go to the Bay to make something happen, and that's like you said, it's kind of why it never builds. But I feel like the scene in San Diego right now is vibing.
Okay.
Like, there's a good buzz in the scene. There's a lot of stupid talented fools out here right now. So yeah, man. I mean, it looks good for San Diego. You just gotta dig a little bit. You know, you gotta dig a little bit. Find out where the good shows are at. Find out who, do your research a little bit. Find out who's really hitting. And yeah, man.
It all depends too on the music too, because there's a lot of hip hop artists, but then there's like rap artists. You know what I mean, like the gangsta rap and shit. Yeah. I fuck with all of it, so I'll listen to a little bit of everything. But then I'm older now, so after a while, I'm like,
it starts to sound the same.
Yeah.
That gangsta stuff, and that's no offense. I'm not trying to call any part of town out, but that Southeast rap style gets like it gets played a little bit
repetitive.
So, it sounds the same. So there's a couple heads like even out of Southeast or whatever, but and like I said, no shade on nobody, because anybody who's doing it with passion and love for it, they deserve their shine. Period. I don't care, and you should get it, and you probably gonna get it, because if you're doing it with passion, it's gonna touch somebody. That's how I feel. But I feel like there's some extremely talented cats out here right now that even out of towners are recognizing. Calling them up to LA, calling them up to the Bay to go do work and do shows. So I mean, calling them out to Vegas. There's cats making moves out of Dago, representing Dago. And I think that's huge. I think that's big.
It's important, man. We gotta, shine. It's America's finest city for a reason.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate when people hear West Coast only think like the Bay or LA, and it's like, hold up, the best skylines in San Diego.
That's real. That's real.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody always says the nicest people are from down here too. So
yeah, man,
can't compare to like LA people. They're rude.
They are.
And there's like a lot of like out of towners who, like, what do they call it? Implants?
Yes.
They're not even from LA or from the Bay. So at least I think here in San Diego, everybody, for the most part, is from.
I agree.
Here, so
I think you got a good mix of like
because we got
people
like
who come
like
in
military and shit.
Yeah, we got a lot of military.
But they don't usually. I feel like they do stay. Actually, I'm gonna say they
do,
because once you get a taste of San Diego, you're like, yo.
Well, I mean, that's
I don't want to move back to Wyoming.
Right, right.
People try to move, but then they come back.
Yeah, that's true. Have you ever left San Diego?
No, not on the long term. No.
Oh, okay. I left for a year once for school.
Okay.
I missed it, but I was in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Like, there was nothing to do. So you missed San Diego because there's like, you're not distracted enough to not miss it. You know what I mean? Like, when you're busy, you don't really miss home. But when you're not busy, you're like, fuck, man, I could be doing something else. Right? Like, could be chilling with my family, with my friends. I'm out here just in my room twirling my thumbs and shit. So
yeah, that shit gets real bad real fast.
Real fast, yeah.
Real fast. Wind up finding a friend in a bottle somewhere, man.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's really how that goes.
I told her last time they took me to like a house party, and these kids were outside, like high school kids. They're like, "Hey, you want some crack?"
What?
Like, crack? I'm offended. You think I look like a crackhead, man?
Right. What?
Yeah, like, excuse me.
Yeah. And you got a life to live.
We're skipping all the drugs.
Right. What are you doing?
Gotta start that weed first.
Right.
What are we doing?
Right. What?
We
crack?
Skipping steps.
Man. Somebody call this motherfucker's mom right now.
That's what Jonah did. He called their moms, and the next day he moved back here.
I was like, I called my mom. I was like, Ma, come get me. I'm done.
I can't do this no more.
I miss you, Ma.
Schools are tripping.
That's like the military and relationships straight to marriage, you know?
Man.
They skip all the steps.
Right. Do not collect $200.
No, that's what they want, that $200 a month and shit.
Yeah, they make that.
Oh, your name's Jen? Yeah. You want to get married? That's military.
Period.
They do speed dating and shit.
Yeah, it's that BAH, man. They get that extra money for that.
And they're smart about it, because I knew this chick, she was in the military, and they get money to go live like like off base.
Yeah.
Like a monthly for the rent or whatever. And so like she had like 2 other roommates, and they all get the same, so they split the rent, and then they all that extra money is for them. And shit, so.
Yep.
Even in the military, they hustling the system.
Yeah, they are.
Shit, yeah.
Well, that's hey man. Those guys got a prime seat, bro. I mean, they got to sign their life over though, but they got a prime seat, bro. They get a lot of perks, man. I worked military accounting when I was in college.
Okay.
So like as a DOD employee. So yeah, I've done that. I've seen that. They get chipped off, bro. Yeah. They get like clothing allowance. They get allowance for housing. Yeah, bro.
No.
They get allowance for the house. Yeah, they get all kinds of bread.
Per kid too, right?
Yes.
That's why they out here just
that's when
raw
it gets
dogging life and
that's
shit.
when it gets real.
Up.
Yeah, bro.
Man.
By not getting the military guy?
Man. Yeah. I mean, my whole youth I could have, and now I'm old. I can't settle down and shit.
Now you gotta get whatever's left.
Rob the cradle. Go ahead and get you a young
one.
That you can mold into how you want.
Yeah, go get you a young one. He won't even be around. He won't be out to
shit, I think when I met my fiance, she was 23, and I was already 31. So, you know, I was like, yeah, mold you out.
See, Cat, that's what he did.
Almost 7 years later, we're still here, you know what I mean? That's how it is.
Yeah, man.
You get the older ones, they come, like, already with bad experiences, you know, like a... Yeah. So, you know, more toxic.
Or afraid of that toxicity, and then you have to...
You gotta get them young so you can... Before something damaged them already.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I feel that.
You have a daughter, right?
I do.
How old is she now?
My daughter just turned 12, the 17th.
Shut the fuck up. 12?
For reals. For reals.
I think the last time I saw you, she was like in your arms.
Yeah, man. At Costco, yep.
Yeah. He's always my baby. She was like,
I was like, look, I'm my little girl, my nigga. But yeah, I have a little boy too. He's 5.5.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know that.
I have a little boy. He's 5.5. So, yeah, they blessing, bro. Yeah. Blessing. It's awesome, man. Kids are awesome. It's different. It's different. Kind of change your whole view on this shit.
Do you bring them into like the music? Maybe not your son, but your daughter, like singing lessons.
I try, man, but she is one of them. She's real like shy. You know what I mean? Okay. But she goes to Vista Square, and they started a music program, so she picked up flute. She wanted to play flute, so I was stoked about that. She really was getting into it.
It's a start into like the music,
like Lizzo.
Let's hope she don't take that route.
I mean, you're right. I was about to say, hopefully,
don't wish that upon her, Jen. What's wrong with you?
She can dial it back a little bit. You know what I mean? Shit, man. You know what I mean? But she's into K-pop hella.
That's like real popular right now.
Yes, I mean, it was popular when we were young too.
Oh no,
just not for everybody.
Oh, okay. All right.
Right now, it's like really, really though.
Yeah.
Like it's reaching. Its reach has gotten further.
Yeah, they're pulling in all the pop stars. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like they're pulling in pop stars and pop bands, and they're like doing all these features to like grow their audience. They're playing the game smart right now. But
that's good.
But yeah, that's her shit. She loves that shit. And she wouldn't sing or like sing the songs or like do the dances in front of me. And so now she's starting to do them a little bit more.
She out here TikToking and all that.
Don't even get me started, bro.
You gotta monitor that shit. That shit. TikTok is for all ages. Don't be fooled.
Only got a TikTok because she has one.
To monitor her shit. That's smart. That's very smart, man. Because some of the shit you see on there, like, they need to be like 18 and older.
Yeah, bro.
Don't they have parental controls on it?
I mean, they must. I don't know because I didn't give her the phone that she has to use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mom's out here fumbling the bag.
Yeah, that's no. That's not no longer my concern over there. So.
Yeah,
I wouldn't give my
your daughter, right?
Cell phones.
Yeah, I mean, so that was the thing. She turned 12. I was thinking about getting her phone. And then my niece has a phone. My niece is 13 or 14. My niece has had a phone for like a year. She's had it taken away hella times. Mm-hmm. She ain't never present. She's always on that damn thing. So I was like, man, I might give my daughter a phone. Then I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get her a tablet.
Okay.
So I got her a tablet so she could do all the other stuff. She could go YouTube. Mm-hmm. Got her, the little thing. Blah, blah. She'd do a little drawing, do a little art. Let her have fun with it. And then boom, I get a text message. I'm giving Anaya a phone. I was like, damn.
It's one of the biggest mistakes too, because I had my niece, she's like 23 now, but when she was younger, she was deep in the books. Like she was reading like a book every 2 days.
Wow,
like,
killing it.
Books was her thing. She would even tell us like, I don't want a phone. Like I'm good with my books. And then they gave her a phone. And I haven't seen her pick up a book since, man. It's like, fuck, man. The phone, that really is be fucking up these kids, man.
Gone, bro.
Yeah.
Gone.
But it's incredible what you can do on the phone. So I see it because when I was in high school, my senior year, my mom gave me a cell phone, but it was as big as this mic. That was big
and still flipped open.
Yeah, and like I would just leave it in the car.
My mom had one of those,
and she's like, "I paid for you to have the phone. You don't even turn it on." I was like, "For what? Like,
right?
I don't need a phone. Like, for what?" And now I won't even leave the room right now without my phone.
Not at all. So, too much going on there.
Too much. Yeah,
man. It's like when I had a pager in high school. I was doing reading the little numeric texts.
I thought it was like the coolest thing when people had their pager in their pocket.
Come on now.
My sister gave me one of her old ones. No service, just right there though. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be cool too. Shit.
Hell yeah. I think I had to buy one off one of the homies there, and it still had the service on it. He was like, "Oh, don't trip. It's like paid for like a year." I was like,
"That's why I fuck with you."
How much?
I forgot it was like cheap as fuck.
They were cheap as fuck.
Yeah.
I think I gave him like 20 in between $20-$40. I know it wasn't a lot because I wasn't making a lot of allowance back then.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, allowance.
You got allowance?
I was about to say, wait.
I'm jealous, man.
Wait.
I didn't get no allowance.
I had to like bust my ass for that shit. I got you. It wasn't like no regular, because the other shit is the shit you're supposed to do.
Oh, I got you.
Your dishes, your laundry, your room, the bathroom. That's the shit I was supposed to do.
Yeah, we didn't get rewarded for what we had to do. That's when I find weird these days. People get rewarded for like, you're supposed to. Like, no offense, like, hot take, baby mamas always want credit for being mom. You had the kid, be a fucking mom. Like, that's not our responsibility. Why am I going to reward you for something you're supposed to do? But that's how growing up was like, oh, mom, I did my room. I did, laundry. And she's like, okay, I wasn't gonna do it for you.
Right. It's about time.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to get $5 a week if I didn't talk back.
Oh wow,
that's a lot.
Oh wow,
I never got $5.
I was about to say you was one of them.
You never got it, huh?
I never got it. I never saw those $5. They just
dangled it in front of you. You almost had it. You fucked up.
She was like, and then they was like, oh yeah.
Anything I said was me talking back, so
yep.
Still to this day.
They just gave it to your sister too, like, here you go.
Yeah, Adilu always got money. And she would get money from me too.
You had siblings?
I do. My sister, and they all went to Chula.
No shit.
Yeah. So my sisters.
Well, of course, that makes sense. Not like you guys are like different states or something.
Right. All out the country.
Yeah.
We're like 5 years apart, from me to my brother. And my sister's in the middle, so we all. I mean, Marlo was there when we were in school. My brother came like right after we graduated. So yeah, we all.
It's crazy, right? It's been 22 years since we graduated high school.
I thought about that the other day, like.
Yes.
Dang. I thought about the other day, like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
what year did you graduate?
Well, if you take 22,
2000?
We take 22 from 22.
I was 10 years old. Wow. Sorry, it took me a second. Yeah. I was 10 in 2000.
Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. Hey, you old.
Right.
Only on the inside.
That's funny.
Because my mom kind of lives by the high school, so every time I go to her house, I have to go by it. I'm just like, it's been a minute since I left it, and I never went back.
Yeah,
I've never stepped foot aside from my niece's graduation. That's it.
Yeah,
that was
no
the
alumni
only
games.
Never
nothing. Nope,
nothing.
Me neither. Nope.
I was like, I didn't like nobody in high school then. I don't want to see anybody now. Like, it's a very few that I've like even kept in touch. Like, you're one of them. It's like
very few.
I could probably count on one hand how many people.
Very few.
I've talked to some from high school.
Very few. Yeah. And I wasn't in that crowd of like, there was those couple groups where everybody was always with each other and they always kicked it with each other. And I run into them every now and again and be like, oh, how's this person, that person, this person, that person. And they know everything about all of them.
Oh,
they're still hanging out.
I was like one of those dudes, like after high school, I disappeared.
Yeah, that was me.
Nobody knew where I was at. Nobody knew what I was doing. But, it's cool. It's like you got to change. You got to. And no offense to nobody who's in any of those groups, and who
kept that, oh fuck Wayne,
who kept that vibe, like that's y'all vibe, and that's what y'all do. But high school wasn't like that for me. High school was me trying to chill, trying to learn, trying to get out of that spot, and still kind of being at home and balancing all that, and then wanting to do music and not being able to do it to the capacity I wanted to do it to.
I didn't really have that kind of high school experience just because I grew up in National City. So it was like commute. So once I was home, that's it. Like there was, my mom's like, "Well, you want to go hang out with your friends?"
None of us were out there.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. So it was like my home, my home friends,
So much
and then
different.
school friends. But school friends literally only at school, so I really wouldn't see nobody.
I think for me, it was because my parents were so involved in church. Coming back to that, a lot of my friends that I was around more often was at church. So I spent more time at school and church than I really did at home, which is wild. I was thinking about
Which is
that,
why you out here wilding and shit. Out of like all the younger people like your age when you were going to church, how many of them now do you know that still stick to it? I feel like parents need to let us like decide on our own
for sure,
instead of like low key forcing it, because that's what they were like. I didn't have an option. I had to go to church on Sundays.
Right.
So I feel like if you let them do it on their own, be more true to it.
Yeah, man.
Than being forced, because then you don't even want to be there.
And I honestly believe that life is balance and seasons, right? Like everything changes, but everything still needs to be kind of held in moderation or in a balance to where life can be lived enjoyably and still like with a little discipline, right? So I think it's cool that, not to be forced, but I'm glad the experience I had. It kind of made me who I am, regardless. I always say, you either are raised to be exactly like what you were raised as, or the opposite. You do one or the other. You either, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You either are like your parents or you're like, fuck that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like a balance is cool, man. And it's, hey, seasons come and seasons go, and I probably haven't been back to church in a minute.
Damn.
Yeah.
But it's cool though, because life is here.
I'm already like, damn, you sinner and shit.
Right.
Like I've been to church. I can't remember the last
nothing,
time I
man.
went to church, to be honest.
Likewise.
Yeah,
It's been a minute.
I'm more spiritual too, so like I do my own thing. Doesn't mean I have to. I don't feel like I have to go to a building
Yes.
to show respect,
That
Yes.
right there.
Yeah.
That
prayer
right
and shit like that.
Exactly.
That's
That
just
right
how
That's
I feel.
there. That right there.
And I've had conversations with people who are like devoted Christians, and they don't agree with me. They feel like
That's cool.
I mean, you live your life.
Yeah, agree to disagree.
Yeah.
We don't have to all see it exactly the same way.
Nobody sees anything
As
eye
long
to eye
as you
these
show me
days.
as long as you show me respect and respect my choices and what I do, we're good.
We're golden.
Exactly.
We're good.
We could be friends.
Yeah.
I was
Forever.
like 21 when my mom joined this non-denominational Christian church, and I grew up Catholic. Like every Sunday, 8 a.m. we were at church. If we missed 8 a.m., we'd be there at 10.
Oh yeah, the second service.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Wait, services were 2 hour long?
Bro.
no, because they had a Spanish
good.
one and Spanish mass, and then they had English, and then they had another
Oh,
Spanish
okay, I
one.
got you.
So when she joined that church, she would like kind of like make us go, my sister and I was already 21, and I didn't really agree with a lot of the things that they were saying, so I think that kind of changed my view on religion as a whole.
Yes.
And so she's a tax preparer. One time this couple came over, and they were like the youth leaders or something like that, and one of them was like, no, like not reading the Bible makes you a bad person.
Damn.
And I was like, well, I think
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah. And he was like maybe like around my age now. So he's probably like your guys' age.
Excuse me. Young.
So-
Young.
Yeah, super young. Yeah. So we ended up renting a house from them. Then one day we get to the house and there's a bank notice for closure.
Damn.
They had been pocketing the
All the
rent
rent?
money that we were giving them.
Sinners. They learned that from church, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
I was just like, who's the fucking bad person now?
Well, they was obviously not reading their Bible.
Yeah, they were not.
They were obviously not reading
Yeah.
their Bible. You know what? From experience, like I said, like we started off,
Yeah.
some of them super zealous Christians are
Yes.
the grimiest of
Bro,
all.
Yeah.
I'm a
Of all.
I've said it before. I feel like, and like no shame. Like I understand, just like anybody, there's people who are really about it.
Yes.
And then there's the people that use it as a front.
Yes.
To like justify whatever their actions or decisions are. But I feel like a lot of them are super hypocrites, and they dare judge other people for the same shit they're doing, and like the reborn, and it's like, well, if God loves everybody unconditionally, then what does it matter for what I'm doing?
Matter.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But they be the judgy ones, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, that's why I agree with you on spirituality, right? Like, and that's a question that I ask people when I'm getting to know them, or I meet somebody, or like we're learning each other. I always ask, like, you're religious or spiritual, religion or spirituality. Like, what kind of touches you more? Because that tells me a lot about you. You know what I mean? Spirituality is literally, I really believe the basis of it is love and treating the next person like you would yourself or your family member, right? And I think inside of that religious view and that judgmental, indoctrinated type of view, you lose touch with people as people and individuals, and you're expecting them to adhere to some kind of expectation that they don't even have a clue about. They're not even worried about that shit. And you're expecting them to meet this goal that is not even something that they see. They don't even understand it. They don't care.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of relationships in general. And that's like how some people are. Like, for instance, like me, I'm a super loyal friend. Like, if you were to tell me, yo, I don't like Jen, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm sorry, Jen, I can't fuck with you no more because my boy Wayne don't fuck with you. And it'd be wrong of me to expect other people to be that way, because, not everybody sees shit the same. Like, some people like, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm cool with Wayne and Jen. Like, y'all shit got nothing to do with me. And but there's some people are like, nah, you ride with me, you ride with me.
Yeah.
So you gotta like really find out who's who, so you can be on the same page at least. And shit.
And I find people who kind of stay in the middle. I think some people think that that's a bad thing, but I think there's a diplomacy to that. You know what I mean? I think to be able to be a part of a community, to be able to be a part of like a group and like move and like have support from people that might not be supporting other people, you got to be open, you got to be flexible, got to be willing to see other people's perspectives. It's funny, I had a conversation with like a friend earlier, and they have another friend that they're super duper close with, and every time they go to tell their friend like a problem or something that they're like concerned or just vent, the friend like interjects their opinion. Well, you need to not look at it like this. And it's like, all right, I didn't come to you for that. I just came to vent real quick, like just see my perspective, say, and I, it's like, sorry you feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully you'll be able to see a more positive light in it, or hopefully things will work its way out. Instead of telling people what they need to do or what it is, that shit is not for us to say to nobody.
But it's hard because everybody wants to do that. Like, I wouldn't handle that situation like that. This is what I would do. And it's like, okay, but you like out there, you bold. This person might be like an introvert and it's like very like, nah, I can't. I'm not trying to ruffle no feathers and shit. But you out here like, yeah, I'll ruffle anybody's feathers.
right. And it's those different personalities, man. So, yeah. Church people are weird.
And that's the point we're trying to make. The church people are weird.
And that's from somebody who grew up like that. Church people are weird, bro.
Yeah.
Because you guys had like the inside scoop. You see what's going on. And shit.
Man. Oh, yeah. And my dad was a pastor there.
Oh, shit.
So I saw everything. I saw the people who stole money from the church. I saw the people who was cheating on each other from the church. I saw the fools who... Come on, dog.
I know this guy. I don't want. Obviously, I'm not gonna say his name, but he plays. He plays in the what is it, the church band?
Yeah,
I don't want to fuck it up.
Like the praise and worship team.
He's part of the musical part, right? And he's sleeping with the pastor's wife.
Oh, whoa! He's
I'm just like, bro, killing it. When I found out, I was like, I can't believe it. How dare you sit there and be like, yeah, that was a dope sermon, pastor.
He wasn't looking at the pastor. I guarantee you that. He was playing to the pastor. He was playing to her, bro. That brings us back to the groupie thing.
Oh, even pastors got groupies, right?
Now see. I played music in church. I played in the praise and worship team. There's more girls jumping up to talk to you from that than there is
for be the pastor
from playing.
I think it's like like even in church, they're like, yo, like that's sinful to try to seduce the pastor, but I'm gonna try. Like it's unattainable. Nah, I'm gonna try. You know what I mean? It's like that ego check for them to want to even see if they can pull it off.
Man,
the only thing is like men are weak. Men are weak, man.
Yeah. Man,
Fall a little bit easier than I don't know anymore, man. So, these days, I feel like men and women both just really embrace their urges.
You know, and with social media, you know, and all this internet business, it becomes more. You begin to see the prominence in like women approaching men. You know what I mean? It's not like just men only, you know, lusting or going after women. Like women are really about that too. Mm-hmm. And with social media being a thing, everybody's seeing more. We're hearing more. You know, there's so much more out there for the eyes to see, and everybody's on. You know. Everybody's on the same level, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know you remember because obviously we grew up in the same era, but girls sending bikini pics was like, whoa.
Yeah, that was a big deal. That was a big deal.
Now you see it on, that's a regular post on a Monday.
Come on. Come on.
Girls posting that shit while they're in church.
They're in their right.
Hashtag
bro.
Thought life.
Bro.
Hashtag pastor looking good today. Right. You know?
And then hashtag God is good.
God is
Hashtag blessed.
Everything, right.
Blessed,
on everything, bro. On everything.
Some thirsty dude in the comments got it all the time. God is good.
On everything, bro.
It be like that, man.
Bro, it's wild. That's funny. Yeah, it's funny to be on Instagram and you see somebody in like a lingerie pic, and then on their profile it says God first.
No, they got the Bible verse.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You're like, come on, man.
What is it, like Corinthians something is like the most popular one.
Jesus.
It's just funny.
They even got it tatted like right around their like cooch and shit. And it's like only the blessed have seen this. Yeah, you be blessing everybody, girl.
That's hella funny.
Oh man, but I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it, man. I support all your thought shit, ladies.
Man,
you know, 100%.
Yes.
Yeah, no judgment here.
It's 2022, man. Do what the hell you want to do. Ain't nobody worried about nothing.
Not at all anymore.
Nothing,
man.
Bro. There's nothing.
I have to say this is my favorite era. You know, being born a long time ago and growing up and seeing all these. I feel like our generation is the best because we got like pre-social media,
yes,
and how it led up to what it is now.
Yes.
So we've seen it all, right? Like,
yes.
And so I think now is the best time to be alive. Man.
Yeah, man. We've seen the evolution. I mean, where it came from. It's funny. I was talking to my boy and his son a little bit earlier, and his son's like a sophomore. Or no, he's a freshman. And I was like, bro, you have the internet. Like, you need to run with that. You're born into this. We didn't have none of this. Like, run with it. This is the best time. You can make money just going on vacation.
Yeah,
that's true.
you can make money going on vacation and taking pictures, bro. Like,
there was a time when I was getting like, jealous, envious. I was like, yo, these fucking kids got it easy, man. They making money fucking super easy. When I was younger, man, I had to fucking deliver newspapers or fucking wash cars, do manual labor just to get some fucking money. And now these kids got it like cake, like reselling shit super easy because all they have to do is post it. Yo, no lie, when I was younger, my first thing that I ever did to make money was selling candy in my apartments. My dad gave me money. I went to TJ. He took me to TJ, bought a bunch of candy. I had my own little section in our apartment. Kids would come up, grab, that was my first job. Man. You know what I mean? Like, I had no internet.
Right.
to advertise nothing.
Word of mouth, baby.
Word of mouth, yeah. So, I just feel like these kids,
they got it easy.
Better take advantage.
Come on, man. NFTs and all this other stuff. Like, people making millions of dollars in a couple hours, like, off a picture.
Crazy.
Off a picture,
That is so crazy. I wonder who came up with that.
You know what? I kind of heard about it, like, early 2000. It was like, what's this? It kind of like when it piqued my interest was when I, because I used to collect baseball cards and stuff like that when we were younger.
Even that, like now
they're huge again. So when I saw NFTs, it was off the back of me like finding out that like those trading cards were popular again. And then I saw people were like trading the images or like selling the images of these cards through NFTs, making hundreds of thousands of dollars. off of like a super duper rare ass Jordan signed card or something like that. You know what I mean? It's a trip, bro. It just trips me out, man. Trips me out off of nothing. Cats is making money off nothing.
I still got a bunch of like old football cards from when I was younger, and so when the whole like, I think this was like 2020, like at the peak of like, you know, the whole COVID shit, people were really doing that. So I was like grabbing them and started looking up. Like what's worth what? I mean, unfortunately, none of mine were us. You know, we be in a luxurious studio, being fed grapes by little thotties, but you know that didn't happen. So I'm not sad about it. But yeah, so you know, I still have that, and it's just like fuck, man. Like these kids, man, they better make it.
Yeah, man.
They have no excuse anymore, man.
Fools ordering shit from Japan or China, then reselling it on Amazon for like 3 times the price. Yeah, bro. Cats is killing it right now. Killing it.
That's one thing. When if I'm ever blessed to have kids or whatever, I'm gonna let them do whatever they want. I'm not gonna like put restrictions or like, you know how our parents were like, you gotta go to college, you gotta get a degree, you gotta get a job, and now I'm be like, you want to be a photographer? By all means, here's a camera.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to sell shit? Here's startup money.
Run
like,
it. Yeah, run it.
Do whatever you want, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
sky's the limit these days. And
yeah, man.
So I'm glad that. That's what I'm saying. This has to be the best.
Yeah.
Best time to be alive, man.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, man. It's definitely the world has changed.
Even for music.
Yeah. Music's crazy. Music's crazy, and
you don't have to go on fucking pass CDs out in downtown like before and shit.
Nah,
people still do that though.
Yeah,
I look at them
I
weird
respect
though.
them though because like you know what, you out here
be like
nostalgia for me. Like
it
you
feels
out
good.
here,
Yeah, it feels good.
Here's $5. He's like, nah, it's 20. Nah, bro, you tripping?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say. You know, it's not like that because we was happy to get $5 for one of our little records or $10, you know, for a record. You'd be haggling with people. All right, four.
For 2,
you know what I mean?
man.
Just take it, man. Listen to it, man. Play it. You know. But now it's like, no, I get my streams, or cats are paying for streams, and they're, you know, paying to be put on playlists, and they're catching hella streams from that, and they've already monetized getting your music out to people. So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
music is crazy right now. There's so many avenues and so many ways to do it, so many ways to get it. You know,
of your personal music, your original music, what is the genre? Because I know you do everything, but you do that because you love music and you're trying to make money, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But what is your music?
I mean, I'm still hella eclectic, though, you know? So I think, it would probably be considered like alternative R&B or R&B, kind of in that alley, you know what I mean?
Do you write your music as well?
I do.
Yeah.
I write lyrics. I do write music, but I prefer to write my lyrics to music that a producer's made for me or a beat maker that only guys that I trust. Only people I trust. There's a few producers or engineers or beat makers or musicians that I really trust, and that I know when I get something from them is about to help me send the message. You know what I mean? And so I'm very much like, I have to hear it. I have to catch the vibe, because I was telling an artist the other day, I changed my writing style. You know, as these times have changed, I had to change my writing style. You know, when we were younger,
be more up to times and shit.
Yeah, gotta stay relative. You know, and I know when we were younger, it was about lyrics. We
judge hip hop artists on lyrics, or
Period.
even R&B artists. Like, what are they saying? Not like the beat's cool, but what are they saying? Like,
Period.
I need to feel that shit in my chest. And
Yes. So now it's about vibe. You don't even have to say shit. I mean, you really don't.
Like the Weeknd.
See, that's why I think I like older music.
Like yeah,
because of that. But that's how I grew up.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of older music. Is there is a message, but like when you can hit that nice little middle where it's hella vibey, but the little things you are saying are super poignant, or they don't make sense. Right?
Yes,
right. Because at that point people are like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
And it kind of brings the mystery in listening.
Yeah.
Like, I love the sound, I love the beat, I love this vibe, but I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what they're talking about. They can relate to the feeling, but not knowing the words. It kind of makes them like, oh well, let me see more. Like maybe there's something else. It's weird.
I feel like people ain't going through breakups no more, like heartache. You know
not like back in the day.
Because R&B, you listen to some music still these days. You could be in a happy ass relationship, you hear a song, you're like, damn. That one bitch.
Motherfucker.
She got me. She got me good.
You know who did that? And I don't even really like him. But that one song that I heard that Heartbreak Anniversary, Giveon.
I haven't heard that.
Feel like you and me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Heartbreak Anniversary.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
That shit is crazy.
Yes.
And he's not even like a super great. I mean, no offense.
Right.
I don't think he's a super great singer.
You don't have to be anymore. You just have to.
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean,
Again,
you think about the real ones.
Vibe.
Avant, Joe.
Right.
You know what I mean? R. Kelly. It's
Right.
sorry.
I know.
I mean, you know.
He who will not be named.
Yeah. That's what do you feel about that?
You know, first of all, he nasty.
For what he did?
Yeah, for what he did.
Yeah, he's crazy.
You know. And you're making too much money. You're too much of a celebrity to not actually like grown-ups. So,
Yeah, seriously.
I'm just saying, dog.
No, I feel you on
like,
that.
I have a daughter, so that shit is like really, I don't, and not just because I have a daughter. I have a mother and a sister.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Women in my life, bro.
I just saw a post
Like it's
about that
not
today.
just because I have a daughter, but like that fool's foul. And personally, it's funny. So right after this stuff went down, I sat in for a cover band. We did some shows out in Palm Springs, and they was like, because it wasn't on the set list. You know, Step in the Name of Love. I was like, yeah, but I don't know, y'all. They was like, oh no, and
They had to be older.
They were older,
yeah,
Filipino.
Course, yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't. They were disconnected. So we did it, and I was like, all right, whatever. You know, y'all paying me, y'all whatever. As soon as the song started, the dance floor cleared.
Shut the fuck.
Dead ass.
Damn.
Dead ass.
I thought for
Dead
sure
ass. And
that
they were like,
song-
nah. They were like, nah. Like a couple girls were like, they were making faces. And they was looking. I was like, I didn't want to sing this song though. It's not my
Over here all
fault.
fucking
It's not my fault.
yo, this fucking band playing all the rapey shit, bro. But I swear, I thought that song was forever gonna be timeless. People were gonna be able to separate the art from the artist. I hear "Step in the Name of Love." I still like the song. I'm sorry, like I could separate R. Kelly's weirdness to like his music. His music was just dope.
That's how I feel about Kanye. Oh, the
Nah, I fucking
early
hate
Kanye. Early Kanye
was great.
Yeah,
Early
I don't
Kanye was
listen to
great,
him
yeah.
anymore.
I'll still listen to some old Kanye, but like all his new shit, I'm like, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
bro.
I
You
don't like
weird
it.
now.
I've tapped out too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
But
weird.
you know, it's kind of like the way I see that vibe with like R. Kelly or like Kanye or other cats who have done,
Weird shit.
you know, socially like unacceptable shit. You know, it's like just like a business that said they were started by the Ku Klux, or you know, they didn't like the LGBTQ community or whatever. You don't support them anymore because they're cutting other people, or they've done something that cuts a section of our community or our people off. So I think that's kind of the vision, or that's the intention behind not supporting an R. Kelly anymore, or not fucking with Kanye no more, is because what they're doing you don't support, so you can't support them as an artist either. Personally, you wouldn't support what they're doing, and even though his music should be timeless, because I mean, I don't know, give me that honey love,
Yeah.
bruh, are you kidding me? The songs he made were like,
Classics.
they're like everything.
Chocolate Factory is probably
bro,
one of the best albums.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I studied
sorry.
R. Kelly's one of the guys I studied, dog. Like to like, he's one of the guys I studied. There's a few artists in our time that I studied to like, because I never went to any vocal coaches. I never did any. I had one vocal coach that I went to that my Grossmont. I went to Grossmont when I was singing jazz at Grossmont. My instructor sent me to this vocal coach. She was like, she's the best in Southern California. Go to her. And so I went to one class. Luckily, she was like, no, you good. I was like, all right, cool. I ain't coming back.
Good.
But literally, dog, like all I did was study. I just studied these guys' music, man. And
Who did you study?
I mean,
Besides
Aura, right? Obviously, my three, I call them the Trinity because I won't do songs that they do.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I mean, respect.
So with my cover band, we sing. You know, we do anywhere between 2 to 4, sometimes 5 45-minute sets.
Oh,
that's a lot of singing.
That's a lot.
It's very tiring. It takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. Yeah.
Right. Prince.
Okay.
Oh, of course.
Mike.
Okay.
Cole Jackson.
Yeah.
And Stevie Wonder.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
These 3 to me are the greatest singers we've ever had, musicians/singers we've ever had in our history of being.
I'm gonna do a hot take. I don't think Prince was that good, man.
Oh,
I was
This
with you
is
on
the
the other
last
2.
podcast
I was with you
I
on the other
do.
2, man. But I just never got into like Prince's
He cutting the
music.
cameras off and everything. I feel it, bro.
Producer Mike is like, you know what? It's a
Bro,
wrap, man. I'm
what?
done. Man. I'm done.
Nah,
I'm
bro.
sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's a hot take. I know. I'm sorry. You're gonna roast me all you want, but that's just.
Nah, I don't roast. I just feel for you, bro. I just feel for you. That's like God. He's like God-like in my opinion.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. He's like God-like in my opinion, and it's not just his vocals; it's what he did as a musician.
Okay,
And
you're
what he did
all
musically.
around.
All
man.
around. I mean, his vocals are still. But those 3 dudes, I don't touch their shit unless I'm doing like, let's say someone was like, oh, you only want to do a couple songs. Can you do this Prince song? Could you do it? And I'd be like, all right, cool, because I only got to do a couple songs.
For the most part, you're doing stuff that people are like dancing to, right?
Yeah, and most
so
of
you
it's-
won't have to
most-
like do too much of their stuff because not all of it was like for the dance floor and
Well,
shit.
and you look at Mike. Mike spanned
for
hella
sure,
eras.
yeah.
Disco, pop. You know what I mean? Stevie Wonder, even though he's more like an R&B Motown guy, some of his shit is danceable. Prince, bro, like people love that era still. You know what I mean? We're talking about like that early '80s. Like that early '80s electro vibe is still hella. I forget what they call it. New school. No, I don't know what they call it, but that's like all that 92.5 shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole like hype little era, like Lisa and
right.
Gloria Estefan and shit like that. And
That station used to be special to me, and so I started hearing music that I grew up on. Now that
then you were like,
50 Cent on there, I'm
this
like,
is old school. I felt
what?
the same way, bro. I
how
felt
you
the
gonna
same way,
put
bro.
50 on 92.5, man?
Bro.
This is on Z90 only. What are we doing here?
I felt
man?
the same way, bro. I
felt really like discouraged. I was like, damn.
You're like, damn, this is
I'm
old
fucking
school
old as
now.
shit, man.
Damn.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of
classic album 50. Like, no, don't do
like-
that. Don't do that to me.
Yeah.
I already feel old, you know.
bro.
I was working at Chula Vista High, and my coworkers. I was already older. I was like 26 when I started working there, and my coworkers was like 18. So one of them was like, "Yeah, I'm listening to oldies," and it was like all the songs that I grew up with, and I was like, I was like, "What?"
Yeah, you're like, what you mean,
I was
oldies?
like, "Excuse me."
I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
Frankie Valens. And some shit. Like, what the fuck you mean, oldies? Bro?
Little Frank Sinatra.
Right,
like,
right.
like no, I was
Oldies.
talking about the Weeknd's first album. What? You killing me, man. What?
Chris Brown.
Real shit. I had to be put up on that shit. I was like, who? Weekend who?
The
Who's
Weeknd.
this? Who's that? Yeah. Because I was so stuck in our era about that time. Still, like I was in that mode where I was only listening to the shit that I liked and the shit that I grew up on. And then that stuff came around. I was like, oh man, I gotta go find some.
Because you're gonna get somebody who's like younger and be like, yo, I want to hear this new shit, and you're like, damn, I haven't even heard the song, and I gotta put up a monitor and karaoke this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you gotta keep up with everything.
So that's me now. I don't listen to. If I've listened to something a few times, it's because I wanted to. Most of the time, I'm
right.
listening to just whatever's coming out.
Because you gotta keep up.
I gotta
with
stay
the Joneses.
relevant. I gotta stay relevant. But I like it too, though, because it keeps me fresh. It keeps me thinking. Keeps my creative side moving.
Yeah.
You know. So that's what I like about it. You know, when I'm listening to the same thing all the time, I'll get that. Like I'll like lay in that. But like when I'm moving, it just helps me grow as a writer, as a creator. I'm looking for different sounds. I'm looking to sound a little different, even though it's still me. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's been a big thing for me in the last like 5 years or so. Like I'm only listening to stuff I haven't heard or stuff that is not popular right now.
to keep up.
Yeah, kind of like pushing forward, seeing what's coming. You know, yeah. Yeah, that's like a big thing for me. I try to stay in front of it so I can kind of like keep my ear fresh.
That's good that you have to.
Yeah.
You have to, or else they're gonna get weeded out. Like when I started doing photography, I was not even interested in video. I was like, nah, man. I'm old school, man. I learned with film. I'm gonna stick to photography. And I did this photo shoot for some tattoo guy, and he's like, yo, can you do a video? I was like, I've never done a video. And he's like, he's like, that's not my question. So can you do a video? I was like, yeah, I'll fuck it. Like, yeah, I'll do it. And I did a video, and I was just like, right there, I was just like, yo, this is it. Like, photography is cool, but you can do a whole story with video. Yeah. And so you have to, like, either keep up or you're going to get, because, you're going to be like, yo, you only do photos? Nah, I'm cool.
And that's the thing. When you lay back in that, right? Like, when you sit back and you don't continue to grow, I feel like you have way more competition. When you move forward and you're always on the next thing, that's something I just told a youngster that too. I was like, look, dog, you want to be a part of the next movement. So that way people have to look to you to get somebody to show them how to be on that next wave. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's like, as long as you moving forward, like, keeps you relevant. A big influence of mine is Miles Davis. Probably the only book that I've read, like, quick as fuck, because I wanted to, was his autobiography. And he stresses that, being relevant. He's one of the few fools who came in at the beginning of jazz, or not beginning, but like the beginning of that bebop era, Charlie Parker, you know what I mean? And kind of came in, he was still doing music as Quincy Jones came in, still doing music after him. He was a part of Woodstock. Miles Davis, a jazz trumpet player, by the way, who kind of created acid jazz out of bebop and all this other stuff. This guy stayed relevant his entire life, dog. And that's like one of my biggest inspirations as far as like always being on top of what's next. One of the things he said that stuck with me is people who can't stay relevant become critics.
Dang, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I was going to say that.
That's what every sportscaster.
Yeah.
That's real shit.
They couldn't stay relevant, so they became critics.
Yeah, you become a critic. Yeah. You start to criticize.
But they get stuck in the old shit.
Yeah, you get so you want everything to be this, but nothing stays the same. That's like everything grows.
Like music, hip hop, like all the old heads who like, nah, I'm stuck with lyrics. All these mumble rappers, okay, but we're in the mumble rapper era. So judge mumble rapping off mumble rapping. Right. You know what I mean? You can't judge them off. Yeah. You're not gonna compare like Lil Pump to like Biggie or Jay-Z.
You can't. It's not even the same thing.
Two different whole shits.
But you see what happens when you hold on. You get your who's my guy? Corday. You get your Cordays. Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. You get these other cats who like
hybrids.
Yeah, you get these cats who can do everything and they kind of creep out and they stand out above this sea of like the same shit. And when you get those guys, then it's like, okay, this shit was worth it. Because now we got this guy, now we got this artist. We've got this sound and this new cadence or this new person to kind of carry what we think hip hop is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. And but in this fresh like sense and this new kind of feel, but it's still
these kids can relate to it.
Yeah.
And the old heads can be like, okay, all right.
Exactly.
That's how I felt about like J. Cole,
yes,
Kendrick,
yes,
it's new, but I still pick up a little sense of like what I grew up on.
Yes.
So it's true. You got to stay relevant or you become a critic, like you said.
Period, man. Period.
He said Miles Davis said that.
Yeah,
he was ahead of his time.
And it was a lot more. I'm paraphrasing and shorting it because it was like a longer way.
We want you to plagiarize,
right?
Yeah.
It was like a way longer like conversation he was having with the guy who helped him write his autobiography, and the way it was written out, he was really explaining. Like even when he was in bebop, and like I said, we're talking about a guy who spent his whole life in music, in the forefront of music, of a style of music that obviously we see is dead in a sense now, but the whole time he was in jazz was alive. So he was in a art form or a form of our art that was continuously changing and thriving, but he was always talking about how these critics would stay back. They didn't change as the music changed. They continued to stay back and criticize the change in music. So yeah, that was a big thing for me. Mumble rap was hard for me not to be like, this shit is gross.
I mean, it is. It
was hard, like for me to really like hate it. But what I just kept listening. Okay, yeah, I won't listen to him again. I won't listen to him again. I won't listen to this shit again until it was like, ooh, what was that? Or it would be like a beat, and I'd be like, who's this producer? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like finding something in all of this stuff, like we all get influenced. Like Quincy Jones, another dude I love, another influence. There's no new music. Nothing we're listening to, we have not heard before.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Even a lot of the beats that you hear now, you can like us older heads be like, hold up.
Yes.
Is that too short in the background? You know what I mean? Like a little sample of too short.
Little bits.
And that's what the old heads used to hear with hip hop. Like, hold up, that's Miles Davis in the back. You know what I mean? We were like, nah, this is new. What you talking about? Old man, you get out here. Right. And now it's Circle of Life.
Is that Atlantic Star? Who's that?
Yeah.
That's my music. I'm like, no, it's not. Then you go home and you hear the record, or you hear the record later, be like, oh, that's what they was talking about. Yeah, man.
Beautiful
nothing
thing,
new, bro. Yeah, nothing new. And so
even
it's all
style,
about,
man. Like baggy clothes is coming back, and it's like, bro, I lived through that era. I didn't like it.
No, I'm just getting used to this fitted shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like,
I was gonna say that was
I'm getting my pants tailored. I'm not going back to baggy. I'm sorry.
I
can't do it. Yeah,
won't do it.
I feel like that's another thing.
It doesn't look good on me.
Right.
Doesn't.
I feel like even like styles, like you have to adjust with it. But I feel like it's more not a generation or anything. It's more of like you're getting older.
Yeah, that too.
Like you know what I mean? Like leave that kind of that kid shit alone or whatever. Like don't follow the trend, because you gotta be who you are. Like an adult now. You know what I'm saying? Like. So
and it looks better on us, you know what I mean? It looks better, like, you know.
Because we already went through that.
Yeah.
The whole, like, baggy ass pants and shit.
That's old shit.
The vintage shirts, those were my regular shirts. Which vintage, man.
Bro, we shopped at the thrift shop, fool. What do you mean?
Like, I have this, I'm a big 49er fan, and I still have a shirt of when I was little. And if my girl wears it.
Niner gang, huh?
Yeah, you know, so it's like vintage, but I'm like, no, that was my shirt. That's not like, I kept it because it's nostalgia. Like, that's an old ass shirt. Like, maybe I could pass it down. She uses it, which is cool, but you know, like,
you're like, no, that's like really an old shirt.
Yeah, like, I kept that
when they actually made clothes that last.
Yes.
now everything falls apart.
Bruh,
and shit. 3
so,
washes and it's
come on, man. Come on. I just had that conversation with my bandmate, man. I was like, look, bruh, I hate dressing up because I hate sweating my clothes out, first off.
Right.
Secondly, I can only wear it 5 to 6 times at the max. I just spend money on that shit. I'm not ready to give that shit up yet.
Yeah.
So I'm figuring out ways to make my wardrobe rotate and do better about that shit, because we got to be presentable.
Especially you guys, because you up there like the lights beaming on you.
Yeah, man.
Out here doing those dancing and
singing.
Sweater
anyways,
I'm a sweater,
bro.
Yeah.
I'm a sweater anyways.
That's why I wore hats. Like, I don't want to be glistening forehead.
Have you tried those? Like they make kind of like the sweat
clothes?
resistant.
Like,
resistant.
polyester?
Sorry.
Like gym shit.
No.
Athleisure?
No, not athleisure.
Out here Lululemon performing.
It's kind of like a dry fit kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like gym shit. Yeah.
I've seen like slacks or like dress pants that are like made with that material.
Yeah.
Like for golf or some
dry
shit.
fast or whatever. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's mostly golf shit.
But it's not nice to look at.
Well, I think
it's not stylish.
It's not stylish.
You can bleep this out, but I think Express has some. I just got my boyfriend a suit and it said like dry fit technology and it feels nice. I mean,
you said Express though, nigga. I'm not.
Hey, they got coupons. I don't shop full price.
That's not it.
Oh, the size. The size. You're right.
I was about to say Express. What's their name?
H&M.
Yeah. JCPenney has something like that. My dad just got some shirts there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
So you trying to dress him like your dad? You foul. That's what's wrong with these young kids.
My dad's young. He's young at heart.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. He got this fresh polo. You would look so nice in it. And we don't get the fuck out of
Yeah, bro. None of those fools' clothes fit anybody, bro.
Yeah.
Medium dudes be buying extra larges from there and still be fitting them right.
I used to go with my boy and he's like, yo, I'm going to go pick out a little shirt for the club. I was like, yeah, all right, I'll go with you. And then they'll ask me, can we help you? I was like, stop. You know damn well ain't shit in here for me. Don't do that. But I mean,
don't insult my
he'd
intelligence.
be like a large normal, and he'd be getting like the extra 2X in there, and I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
What
and
are
it's
we
all
doing?
skin tight.
Yeah.
Nah, that's not gonna work for me. I was in H&M when I realized I didn't belong in H&M. That shit said extra
Real
large. I
shit.
said,
The pants stop at 30s.
bruh,
I'm sorry, man.
bruh,
Same for
what?
me.
Stop it. Stop
Yeah,
Same
it.
for me, I'm saying.
there's a lot of like
Where's the big
clothes
and
now
tall
for
section?
thick women. They have like curvy fit now, but where's the curvy fit for y'all?
Yo, tell me why.
That's kind of fucked up.
Me and my
we need
girl
to start
like-
a revolution.
Me and my girl like going to Walmart. Walmart be having some cool fashion shit. Don't sleep on Walmart. All right, I get my pants from Walmart, nice and slim fit.
Okay.
Real to the perfect, right? Anyways, we be walking around. I be following her around, and we end up like in the husky section for the women. I always go, I bet some of this shit fit me. And unfortunately, one time I was saying that, and then like a heftier woman was walking by me, and I was like, babe, what you doing in the big session? I felt like a dick because she was like walking around. I was like, oh,
poor lady.
I'm shopping for me, man. Cause she she looked at me
Poor
like,
lady.
I know this big motherfucker ain't talking about.
Right, she's mad. Mad.
Big
Well,
guy.
you talking about this revolution, I just realized that they make stretchy pants for men.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, nice.
They make stretchy pants for men.
Hey, don't
So,
sleep
you
on
know,
Burlington. Burlington got the
That's
big
the
and
hit.
tall section.
That's the hit. That's the hit. Burlington is the one. TJ Maxx, if you're trying to get fancy.
If
You
you
know what I
if
mean?
you rich and you got money like deep pockets, it's a store called DXL. There's one in Mission Valley, one in El Cajon. It's for big and tall only. So like, but it's like it's like shopping at Macy's.
Oh,
They're like pricey, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like a button up's like
Okay.
$40-$50.
okay.
But if you like, that's where I went and got like my sport coats and
Okay.
shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, something nice, stylish, but
Yeah,
it's pricey. You know,
Gotta get it.
got to
when you
use more
fit in,
material, so it's gonna be a little bit more expensive.
Man, I
and
hear
shit.
you. Though. I hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a struggle, bro.
it's a real struggle,
It's a
man.
struggle, bro. Yeah, they stopped making clothes that fit people, dog. I was
I feel you.
I was
That's
like,
how I
what
feel
the
about
hell?
crop tops. Ugh. I'm like, I'm not gonna be wearing that shit with my lonja hanging out. I can't. Like, I'm
it's
not gonna
because-
do that to people.
Like, unfortunately, like the crop top's not for you.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some
No.
clothes ain't for us. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, I'm unfortunate. I'm
But
sorry.
sometimes that's all you can find.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's like the
So I started
styles
shopping
just
at
like
Target.
all go.
You know what it is? It's the whole body positive for women. Hold up, because
Right.
for women, because like,
Yeah,
yo,
they-
girl, you should be wearing that crop top. Who cares? We got
No.
like extra
Yeah.
love. You know what I mean? Like, anybody
Well-
can wear
Well
it.
said. Well said.
Yeah. So I feel
No,
like
it's true though.
It's kind of setting back.
I mean,
the,
to each their own, but I cannot wear that. I don't look good with it.
Well, I mean, hey, that's to your discretion. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But it's right. You're right though. That whole body, and then, like, again, hey, I'm glad it feel comfortable in the body God gave you, or in the body you bought. However it goes,
you put together.
However it goes down, like as long as you're comfortable and you feel good as yourself or who you become, then that's what matters. Because everybody's got to feel loved. Everybody's got to feel confident about themselves. But yeah, it kind of makes this market and this niche because everybody's jumping on that wagon. You know what I mean?
Lizzo was a big part of that.
Yeah, she's
Some of her
huge-
outfit choices back in my high school days would have been
Oh, she would
a
have got
solid
she would've
little
kicked
roast
out.
session.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Little roast session.
Yep.
Nah, we could have gone.
But
for
now
weeks.
it's like you say anything and you're the bad guy. So you know what I mean. More power to him, I guess. So I'm saying it's the best time to be alive, man.
Man, it's crazy.
Everybody can be
you
themselves
can
and be accepted.
whoever. Yeah, you can be whoever, dog.
You don't have to fit in with
You can be
nobody.
whoever, bro. For reals.
It's crazy, man. What a time.
Really though, like, and you could be accepted, and I think
Yeah.
I think we should be. I think we should accept everybody for who they are, whether you agree with their choices, their lifestyle, whatever.
Well,
Like,
earlier when I
As
said
long
that
as
Prince was in
they're
all
not
that, I was
hurting
like,
anybody.
like attacked by all three of you.
You said
in here.
you said don't hate me. I said I don't hate you. I just feel for you.
Yeah.
You didn't get attacked, man.
But as soon as I said that, all your head snapped
said,
back.
yeah, everybody
almost
was-
lost a vertebrae.
You know what? Yeah, like I had a hump.
Yeah.
It's gone now. Thank you.
Everybody had to gasp on that one.
Yeah.
Man. That was like, whoa.
Yeah, my
Whoa.
bad. It's
It's
and I didn't mean
it's
as
okay.
as a musician.
You meant
or what
his music.
His music, like I really couldn't relate to
It
his
doesn't
music.
speak to
It
everybody.
didn't speak to me. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like some people like Tupac over Biggie. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you can't be wrong either way, but so it was just like that. That's what I'm saying.
Preference. You know what I mean?
Reference there it
That's
is.
cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I'm allowed to have my preference.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It doesn't
of
take away
course.
from his greatness
Exactly. Yeah.
at all. You know what I mean? At all.
Podcast canceled. I don't like Prince.
Wow, man.
I'll double down on that shit. No, I'm joking.
Hey, we talk about the church. It's okay.
Yeah,
they haven't
right.
canceled us for that. We're good.
Right.
I'm gonna have to go dip myself in some hot dog water and to be good with God and shit.
Hot dog sounds good right now.
Man, bacon wrapped or what? Mm.
Hey, you know Costco's sleeping on that. They need to start wrapping some bacon
Bro,
around their
them-
hot
do.
Man,
dogs.
them hot dogs are fire. Could you imagine if they put bacon on that beach?
That'd be so good.
And stayed
With
open
some
till like 2 in the
grilled
morning.
Oh, now you really talking about them making money.
Yeah,
They would
you
make
know they
for
lose
real.
money on that on the whole food court.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, because when I was working at Costco, they were like ringing up the next day shit, and it was like 40 racks in supplies, and I was like, damn, y'all spend that much? I was like, oh, but y'all make it back easy. He's like, the manager was like, nah, we lose money. He's like, we lose money daily in the food court. It's literally a customer service for customers to
members.
keep coming back, for members to keep coming
That's
back.
crazy.
So, but we lose money every day that we have the food court open.
And now you have to have a membership to get food.
Yeah.
Before you didn't.
Yeah, you could just kind of walk up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm
now
gonna go to
that-
Costco get hot dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
Not no more.
They're losing money on that.
They
Like
losing
that,
money.
huh?
Yeah.
Like that, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, thanks, y'all.
Yeah.
Thanks, Costco. You fed my family for $20.
Facts. Yo, you could literally eat on a budget.
Bruh.
Like, I got $2.
You don't even have to pay. You just
Majorly.
go get a sample.
Bruh, right.
Oh, they
Exactly.
don't have that anymore though. 'Cause
They're bringing it back, actually.
Oh, are they? Oh, good.
Yeah. I was
My
at
dad used to
Costco
be
the
like, "Are you
other
guys
day.
hungry?" And then we'd go to Costco.
That's lit. That's lit.
When I was working there, all the little sample ladies knew me, so they would give me like the whole thing,
That's
like
right.
not cutting up the burrito. They
Right.
just sized me the whole thing. I was like, yeah,
That's right. Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Come get this phone. Come get this phone.
Those were the days, you know. They kept me fed on a budget.
Man,
And shit.
man.
How long ago did you work there?
It's been 5 years now.
Nice.
This year,
Oh, wow.
since I left. Yeah.
Nice.
How long did you work there?
5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like 4 and change, almost 5, pretty much 5. Yeah.
Yeah, so
It was a cool experience and shit, but I hated life there. It was pretty bad, like mentally.
Yeah.
I was struggling. I didn't want to be there and shit. Yeah.
It seems like one of those places like you'd be like, oh, it
It's
might
like
be
the
cool to
mall.
work there, and then
It's
you're
like
like,
the
you get
mall,
there and it's
yeah.
like, it's the same thing.
It's like working at the mall for sure.
Oh,
You're like,
Hate it.
you see, like, damn, they get to have fun,
Right,
hang out with
right,
their
right.
friends or whatever. And then you start working there, you're like,
it's
this is like the
horrible.
worst decision I've ever made in my
Yeah.
life. But you live and learn, man. Shit,
Yeah, man.
all about growth.
That's what it is.
All about growth.
That's
As long
what
as
it is.
you moving up, even if it's a step, one step's better than going backwards. So
Yeah, man. That's right.
I respect everybody's hustle.
You got to.
Yep.
You got to, man. It's crazy to think like, in the past, it wasn't like a thing like you grew up and then that was it. But it's like good to another, just vibing on your what a great time it is to be alive. You can continually grow, bro. Like there's no
Yeah.
expectation to stop or to settle one place because that's the adult thing to do. You can continually grow and change, and I don't like to use the word, but like rebrand yourself or redirect yourself, career wise,
Shit,
like
anything.
whatever, bro.
Yeah,
Like you
style,
can totally,
sexuality, whatever you want to do.
I mean,
man, you know what I'm saying?
if it's good for the Jenners, man.
It's crazy, man. I like I said, like anybody can be whatever they want these
Big time.
days and shit.
Big time.
It's amazing.
And it's cool. Like, do you whatever makes you happy, man. I think so many people felt so oppressed and repressed from the guidelines or the stigmas or whatever our society was putting on people who were different or people who didn't want to conform to what everybody else was doing. It caused a lot of mental health issues, caused a lot of people to take their own life or just do other stuff, get involved in get drugs and alcoholism and like really lose themselves. And I think that
My life changed when being a nerd was cool again.
man,
Yeah.
it's like, damn, I could have took that route. God damn. But I think seeing that for so many years, like as we continue to grow as a society, like it was like, well, we can't keep doing that to people. I'm
like,
not gonna, I'm not gonna be a part of that.
relationships and like society was so big on that. You gotta be married, you gotta have kids, and like divorces were so frowned upon.
Yeah.
And now you see people celebrating their divorce.
Right.
I've seen girls taking
Together.
photo shoots of like finally divorce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really embracing that. I'm free, and it's just like, yeah, that's the vibe right there, man. It's the fuck society's rules, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you don't get married when you want to get married. You have kids when you want to have kids and shit.
You got your own timeline.
Yes.
Everybody has their own
Yes.
shit.
Yes.
Fuck with it.
Yeah, man, it's a
You
beautiful.
want to be a thought at 40? Jonah's here for you.
Goals. I want to look like J-Lo when I'm 50.
Hey,
That's my goal.
let's go.
First, we gotta get J-Lo money.
Man.
We'll get there.
You got this.
Man.
Well, I really appreciate you jumping on.
Man, thank
Going
you for having me.
through,
This
man. It's
shit
good
was
seeing
awesome.
you. I haven't seen you in
Yes.
forever, man.
Man, it's been a long time.
Yes, sir. I hope your music blows up, man.
Man, you know what? And that would be great. It would be awesome.
I just want you to be happy, though.
Yeah,
that's the main thing, man.
That's
You
it,
be
man.
happy,
I
man.
love what I do, and I'm passionate about it. And it would be great to make some money so I could help more people. But I love what I do, and I hope that that's enough to help somebody. If someone's inspired because they see me doing what I love to do, with all the trappings and talking about how things used to be, like you had to be married, you had to be, once you're married and have kids, you can't do anything but work, and you can't follow your dream no more. Like, no, that shit's dead, bro. Like, I'll be doing what I got to do for me until I die.
Exactly. Yes,
How
sir.
can we search you on?
Dub Fuego?
Dub Fuego,
Dub
man.
Fuego?
Dub Fuego. And,
Is that how you
Is
are
there a
on
number
Spotify
attached to
too?
it? It's like Dub Fuego 32.
Yeah, 320.
320. Okay, I figured. I thought so.
Yeah, 320.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I hope your shit blows up. Like I told you when I hit you up, I've had a couple rappers in here. I've had a couple R&B singers. I had an actress in here. Like I wish all of them nothing but the best and success. When y'all blow up, don't you remember who interviewed you first?
Oh man, you be part of the team, bro. Don't
You know what I'm
even trip.
saying? Yeah,
Don't even
much
trip.
love. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me, man.
Hit them up on Instagram. You got YouTube.
Yeah, I do have a YouTube, Dub Fuego. Same thing
Spotify,
on YouTube.
everything, Dub
All that
Fuego.
stuff is linked too. Yeah,
Fire
Okay,
ass
cool.
It's all
music.
linked.
Yeah. Much love, bro.
Blessing, man. Thank you for having
Blessing.
me.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Jen.
Yeah, nice meeting you, Jen.
Nice meeting you
Yeah,
too.
we didn't talk too
Yeah.
much. We're not gonna let she may not be bad. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Well, I was trying
It
to
was a
talk,
joke, it's a
but
joke, it's a
Jonah
joke.
always talks over me.
The weak always show themselves. No, I'm fucking with you.
Nah.
Shout out to producer Mike.
Yes,
coming
thank you,
through,
Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
recording our episode.
Hope to have you again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Maybe he'll chime in and not judge me for not liking Prince. I'm sorry. I saw
His reaction
I saw his
was,
reaction.
yeah.
Like his neck almost snapped back. And I was like, oh fuck, man.
Couldn't believe it. He was like, ah.
He's like, he's like, Jonah, your video didn't even get recorded, man. My bad. Talking shit about Prince. Elite. No, but yeah, appreciate it, man. We'll have you back on here sometime.
Awesome. When I get some of these projects for this year released,
Yes, sir.
let's come back. We could vibe out a little bit, listen to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
about
that'll
some
be
music
fun.
Like a
and
little
shit.
listening party. I'm with it.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be dope.
Yeah. Well, man, like I said, I appreciate you coming on. You know what it is, Barbershop Confidential. We out. Peace.
Bye.
Later.